that's red. She's got the spices, smile so bright. Cooking with Judith right by my side. By my side. Chop, chop, sizzle, frying pan heat. From pancakes to a fancy feast. Cooking with Judith, fun to say the least.
Hello and welcome to my kitchen. I'm Judith, and today I wanted to do spaghetti with meat sauce. Now this is not a bolognese as such, although you could stretch the definition and maybe call it that. But I wanted to do the meat sauce my mom used to make. So it's hamburger, tomatoes. My mom would use whole canned tomatoes, and she did can her own. Onion, green pepper, celery, some tomato paste, and a few herbs. Oregano, thyme, bay leaf, salt. And I know I've made spaghetti with meatballs before, but this isn't the same. This is spaghetti with meat sauce. So let me start chopping up vegetables, and we'll get on with it. So to start off, we're going to take our Dutch oven, or any large heavy bottom pot you've got, and add some olive oil. I'm going to use vegetable oil, but I am going to stray from her recipe just a little bit. And I have 450 grams of lean hamburger, ground beef. So we're going to brown that and break it up. I'm just going to let that brown. It'll take a few minutes. Okay, once your meat is mostly browned, it can still have a little bit of pink in it if you like, or if you're impatient. Push it to the side, and it's going to cook a lot longer yet. And we're going to add our vegetables. So I have a cup each of celery and yellow onion, a cup of green pepper, actually a half a cup, sorry, just over a half a cup, and a nice heaped cup of sliced mushrooms. I'm using Crimini. My mom probably would have used white button mushrooms. Oops, I didn't get chopped very well. And now we're just going to cook those to soften. And you can add a little bit of salt. And now we just wait for our vegetables. If you're wondering why I browned the meat first and then added the vegetables, I don't know if you can see that, but look at all the liquid down there. If you're trying to cook the vegetables first and then the meat, you're going to have a lot of liquid in your pot and you're not going to get your meat very brown. So now that the vegetables are softened, let's just stir the meat in. And they don't have to be perfectly soft, just because they are going to, as I said, same as the meat, they're going to cook for a while longer yet. Okay. Now I'm going to add a 28 fluid ounce, which is 796 mils of tomato. And I found a case lot sale and ended up with seasoned diced tomatoes, which isn't exactly what I wanted, but for the case lot sale, sure. And I had some Passata in the fridge, so it's about half a jar, which is a 660 ml jar, so about 350 mils. And then we want about a tablespoon of tomato paste. spoon off in there. And we're going to add some water. I'm just rinsing the jar from the Passata with the water. It's about the same amount of water as Passata. And Passata is just a strained tomato sauce. So if you can't get that, or you find it too expensive, just tomato sauce. Okay, and now one thing my mom wouldn't have added, I'm going to add a little bit of red wine. Just because I have it. So maybe half a cup. Maybe half a cup. And now we're going to add our seasonings. So 1 bay leaf. A teaspoon of Mexican chili powder. Mom would have used just regular chili powder, maybe some chili flakes. I don't want it terribly spicy. Mom never made it very spicy either. And I want some garlic powder. Oh yeah, about a teaspoon of garlic powder. And Mom wouldn't have had access to actual fresh garlic. And then a couple of teaspoons thyme. And a couple of teaspoons or more of oregano. And I know we've already put salt in there, but we're going to put a little more. Don't go overboard. This is about a half a teaspoon. Because you can always add more salt. You can't remove it. And let's give that all a good stir. I'm going to bring it up to a simmer. And when we get it simmering, we're going to put the lid on, but tilted, so that it's not, so that it can evaporate a little bit and thicken up. I mean, we don't want it much thicker. If it does start getting too dry, we can add some more water or more wine. So this doesn't take long to come up to a simmer. So we're just going to put the lid on, as I said, at an angle, so that you have a space where it can allow the steam to escape, and reduce the heat back down so it doesn't turn into a raging boil. And we're going to let that simmer a couple of hours, hour and a half, however long you want it to simmer. Okay, just wanted to give you a look at the sauce. It's simmering away nicely. It's lovely and chunky. It hasn't dried out too much. Let's give it a taste. There's a little bit of meat in this. There we go. Oh, that is good. Just a tiny hit of spice from the chili powder. Not overly salted. Tomatoey. Oh, so yummy. I can't wait. Oh, and remember, as your sauce cooks down, whatever you've put in it, your spices, your salt, your herbs, will intensify. So be very careful about adding spicy things if you don't like spicy, Be very, very careful about adding salt, because that can quickly become a real problem. So let's take a little taste. Perfection. My mom's spaghetti sauce. Ooh, yum. Now, if you have people that don't like green peppers, leave them out. If they don't like mushrooms, leave them out. And Mom would have served this in 2 separate bowls. The pasta in one bowl, a little bit oiled so it didn't stick and get glumpy, and the sauce in the other. Because one of our siblings didn't like meat. It had nothing to do with Mom's cooking. He was just a natural vegetarian. All he wanted on his spaghetti noodles was margarine. So this is, and of course we wouldn't have had access to actual real Parmesan cheese. Well, I mean, this has probably got Parmesan cheese in it, but we would have been using the pre-grated stuff you get at the grocery store, which actually has a lot of fillers in it. But I'm going to use real Parmesan and grate some on. There we go. Yeah. Okay. I can't wait. This is going to be so good. So, and this took me years to learn. I don't think I've perfected it yet. To use the spoon with the fork to wind your pasta up. Into a nice little ball on the fork. Now, apparently I didn't pay a great deal of attention when my mom made meat sauce, because the first time I tried to make it after I moved out of the house, I had to ask my friend, what do you put in meat sauce? What do you put in spaghetti sauce? I don't know what I'm doing. But with my friend's help, I managed to recreate my mom's spaghetti sauce. And it still has good chunks of vegetables. It has lots of meat. I know a lot of people like garlic bread with their spaghetti. But if we had anything with this, it would have been just plain homemade white bread with butter on it. Or margarine, really. It does take a bit of time to make, but it's not something that's going to break the bank. And it is absolutely, absolutely delicious. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you try the recipe. Please give it a thumbs up, share the video, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon with a new recipe.